close Joel Embiid on his brief shoving match with Celtics Terry Rozier, and McConnell on his surprise start. Martin Frank, the news journal before trying to figure out what the heck 76ers president Bryan Colangelo was trying to accomplish, it's worth figuring out the damage he might have already done. Can Joel Embiid trust him again, or at least as much as Embiid trusts the process? Can Markelle Fultz, the player Colangelo traded up to pick no. 1 in the draft last year, respect him? And what about luring that potential star like Cleveland's LeBron James or Oklahoma City's Paul George, or perhaps trading for San Antonio's Kawhi Leonard? That is why the Sixers have to fire Colangelo if the report in The Ringer published Tuesday night is true. In the report, The Ringer traced 5 burner or anonymous Twitter accounts to Colangelo, in which he ripped Embiid and Fultz, made fun of former team president Sam Hinkie, debated coaching decisions by Brett Brown, and potentially disclosed non-publishable medical reports on former Sixer Jahlil Okafor, implying that a trade involving Okafor was refused because of a failed physical. The Sixers are taking the matter seriously, releasing a statement Wednesday morning saying, an online media outlet filed a story linking multiple social media accounts to 76ers president of basketball operations Bryan Colangelo. The allegations are serious and we have commenced an independent investigation into the matter. We will report the results of that investigation as soon as it is concluded. Martin Frank, columnist, Delaware News Journal, USA Today Network, The News Journal, Wilmington, Delaware. Photo, Jennifer Corbett, The News Journal. The Sixers confirmed to The Ringer that one of the fake Twitter accounts, in which there were no tweets, belonged to Colangelo. The Sixers were only asked about one other account. Within hours, the 3 other burner accounts the online publication had been exploring for ties to Colangelo went from public to private, so, raise your hand if you ever thought you'd read a story about a 52-year-old executive allegedly creating anonymous Twitter accounts to disparage employees and competitors. Didn't think so. Instead, it shows intense paranoia, not to mention an executive spending more time worrying about what people think about him and his decisions than actually, being an executive. Let's use Fultz as an example. Colangelo traded up with Boston last June in order to get the No. 1 overall pick because Colangelo wanted Fultz, and he didn't want to take the chance that either Boston or the Los Angeles Lakers, picking second, would take him. It turns out that last summer Fultz's shot got messed up, either because he changed his shot due to a shoulder injury, or he developed the shoulder injury after changing his shot. The Sixers never said definitively. Either way, Fultz missed 68 games, returned for the final 10 games of the regular season and tried exactly 1 3-pointer. He then was a non-factor in the playoffs, while Jason Tatum, whom Boston picked with the No. 3 pick, became one of the top players in the postseason. Autoplay show thumbnails show caption /slide next slide it. One of the accounts linked to Colangelo tweeted this about Fultz's mentor and trainer, Keith Williams. The so-called mentor tried to force him to change the shot. Tapes have surfaced of the guy making Markelle shooting while sitting on a chair, while on his back on the floor, etc. The guy denies it, as doesn't want to say why was forced out of kid's life. Why nobody reports this? There are similar type of tweets criticizing Embiid for dancing at a Meek Mill concert while sitting out with a knee injury, playing against Houston in a nationally televised game despite his knee hurting, which Embiid kept secret. Another of the accounts then tweeted, if I had a medium-sized ladder I would love to knock some sense in Joel's head right now. He is playing like a toddler having tantrums. There are many more examples, including one that said Colangelo has done nothing but clean up Hinkie's mess. Hinkie, you may remember, was the man hired to tear down the Sixers in order to stockpile top draft picks and rebuild them into a championship team. That became famously, or infamously, known as tanking, but the Sixers were becoming such an NBA laughingstock that the league reportedly stepped in and forced the Sixers to hire Jerry Colangelo, Bryan's father, as chairman of basketball operations in December 2015. By the end of that 10-72 embarrassment of a season, Hinkie left, which he detailed in a rambling 13-page resignation letter, and Bryan Colangelo took over. Jerry Colangelo is now a senior advisor. Colangelo was in charge when the Sixers drafted Ben Simmons first overall. The burner accounts credited to Colangelo don't criticize Simmons. Rather, they call him the face of the franchise at Embiid's expense. Well, Embiid had some fun of his own, tweeting late Tuesday night, "Joel told me that Sam Hinkie is better and smarter than you at Alvic 401175560. All jokes aside, I don't believe the story. That would just be insane. Fun night on Twitter LMAO. All jokes aside, I don't believe the story. That would just be insane. Joel Embiid, at Joel Embiid, May 30, 2018. It would be insane. Because if it's true, and the Ringer story certainly has some strong evidence, then Colangelo has to go. The collateral damage is too great. And no one would be able to trust the Sixers process anymore." Delaware sports LeBron can only help Sixers if Embiid, Simmons help themselves. Eagles Jenkins, long rip. NFL's new anthem policy. Blue Hens have another coaching vacancy as softball. Seneca is fired. Mario Pino returning to ride at Delaware Park, 39 years after start. Contact Martin Frank at mfrank@delawareonline.com. Follow on Twitter at mfrankful.